Welcome. All right, my name's Travis Martin. We're going to get started. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications, and just glory to God. Bless the name of the Lord. I've been doing this for 20 years. It's been an honor and a privilege to help tens of thousands of other people do what I've done, and we're going to continue that journey today with every willing and wanting heart. We've got three types of members here. We've got our free community members, and then we've got our lifetime members and partners. I just want a special reminder, our lifetime members and partners, free community members, if it weren't for our lifetime members and partners, we could not do what we do for free. We just couldn't do it. We try to have a robust program, very robust program that helps people in need, and it takes a lot of money to do that. And without our lifetime members and partners, we would not be able to do it. So when you run into a lifetime member or partner, talking to the free community members, I hope that you'll give them special thanks. This program will change your life, and it's much because of their doings that we're able to offer what we offer. So again, thank you, lifetime members and partners. Shibboleth is in dire need of more partners in order to keep our mission going at the levels that we keep it going. I suspect as long as I'm in my right mind and healthy, that I'll be doing this to the day God calls me home. But I need help, and without my great team, many of y'all know Joni and Kim and Missy and others, without them, we would not be able to support the number of people, the sheer numbers of people that need help. Obesity is the leading cause of all premature death in our country, and I suspect is the cause of a lot of hopelessness and a lot of depression. So I hope that you'll take this journey very seriously. We do have a lot of fun, but lives are on the line. And myself, God using myself, using my wife, and using our team and our lifetime members and partners, we stand in the gap, and we try to help folks reconnect to their highest and best self. Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you. This is 11 o'clock session is on food combinations, meal ideas, and then of course I answer questions. We try to keep the scope of this class to beginner questions. It's very hard to do. We have a lot of experienced members, but we'll do our best to try to keep this focused on beginner topics. And then at 12 o'clock, from 12 to 12:30, we will have Q&A, and then we can do a deeper dive into the advanced questions. Some members have asked me to make sure that we keep the content separated, beginners, and it's really hard to do. I do my best. It's really hard to do. So the things that don't apply to you in this class, just inventory that, and just wait on the topic that you're most interested in to come up. You'll always need repetition. Repetitious teaching is the way we transform our lifestyle. We've got to get rid of all the old bad habits and compulsions and replace them with new. We've got to change our identity. A lot goes into transforming after we've spent years and years, like I did, eating improperly and developing those bad habits and compulsions. So give yourself time. It takes a little time. Dealing with a lot of frustrated folks in my inbox this morning, that frustration's good. That means you care. That means you care. But I give you tools, and let me admonish, when I give you these tools, if you don't use them, I really don't have anything else I can do to help you. I feel like that we've uncovered every useful tool that there is in the weight loss and wellness space, and I can tell you about those tools. I can try to motivate you to use the tools, but if you don't use those tools, you're wasting your time and mine. Is that okay to say this morning? I don't want to waste your time. I want to be of value to you. So try to use these tools. They'll help you. And the program is so powerful. Even using 80% of the tools I give you, you'll be successful. All right. So let's get to it. We've got a question right out of the gate here. It's a private question, and we start off with, I am frustrated. So let's first unpack that word frustration. And now this is not just for the person that asked the question. All right. I'm also dealing with everybody else in the group. So please don't ever, the 4 agreements, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Everyone that comes to my classes should be reading that short book, because one of the things that Don Miguel Ruiz teaches us is if we want to transform our life, we have to live by at least 4 agreements. One of those being, don't take anything personal. A lot of times people take things personal when I'm really trying to use the question to create content and to help everybody here. So I'm not saying this specifically relates to our anonymous question and comment, but I just want to point this out to all. Anytime that we're frustrated, we say that, we lead with that. I'm frustrated. Usually that's a habit too. Frustration means things aren't going to suit you, right? They're not going to suit you. You expect things to go differently. And because they're not going differently, you're frustrated. And frustration, let me ask this group here, when we allow frustration to settle in, we're going to be frustrated from time to time. But when we allow frustration to settle in, does that work for us? Meaning that we continue to do the things we need to do to be successful? Or does it work against us when we allow frustration to settle in? Anyone? Correct. It works against us. We're more liable to throw our hands up in the air and just quit when we feel frustrated. Many times in my past, I have felt frustrated. I got frustrated in college and quit prematurely. I got frustrated with other things in my life and quit when I should have just realized this life that we're living is a life of hills and valleys. God tells us that. We're going to have some low points and we're going to have some high points. Thank God for those low points, because that's what allows us to shout the victory when we reach a high point in life. Without the frustration, we could have no victory. We wouldn't know the difference between the good times and the bad if there weren't bad times. So what we got to do is be mindful of our words, the things that come out of our mouth. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So frustration settles in the heart, and then we begin to speak of our frustration. And the next thing you know, we're giving up, we're quitting, and we're right back in the vicious cycle. We're eating what we want, when we want, as much as we want. We're not satisfied with ourselves. Frustration will never work for you. So sometimes you just have to fake it till you make it. When you feel frustration settling in, just say, no, I'm not frustrated. It's a part of the journey. Let me go relook at my why. Let me get excited about what I'm doing and what I'm accomplishing. Let me see how far I've come already. Look at what God has already done. Sasha and I was reading this morning that if we weren't good stewards of worldly things, how in the world could we be good stewards of spiritual things? And if we wanted more spiritual benefits in our life, we better take care of the worldly aspects too, the mammon aspects. So this is a mammon aspect. We're working on something. It plays to our spirit too, but we're working on something here that if we can't utilize some daily disciplines every day and be good stewards of our temple, then God's not going to bless us with more spiritual benefit. We've got to be a good steward of the few things that we do have for God to be able to trust us with more. So the person says, I'm very frustrated. I have been doing well, but have gained 3 pounds. Now, one of the things I don't know, and if you don't mind, you can come up back along in the Q&A. Have you lost any weight? Let me know in the Q&A, unless you don't mind people knowing who you are. Have you lost any weight? One of the things I see people do, they'll say, I'm frustrated, I gained pounds last week. But then they don't say, but I've already lost 30. See, when you've already lost a lot of weight, if you have, I don't know, because we don't have enough information here. When you've already lost a lot of weight, yeah, you're going to hit some momentary plateaus. And there's ways to bust through those plateaus. They're called some daily disciplines that you'll have to surrender to. A lot of folks don't like to surrender to the daily disciplines, but you have to surrender if you want to be successful. How did Christ win the ultimate battle? He surrendered. Christ was not rebellious. Christ didn't put up a fight. Christ surrendered. Okay, he just surrendered to the will of the Father. Now, this person has just commented, thank you for doing that and being transparent. Let me ask y'all what y'all think about this. Let me see if we can help with this frustration. This individual is a lady. And this individual says, I have lost 58 pounds since November. Is that good, y'all? Is that something to celebrate? Is that something to say, goodness gracious, I'm a little frustrated that I've gained 3 pounds lately, but I have lost 58 pounds. So glory to God, bless the name of the Lord. Thank you, God, for what you've already done. Now, when I say that out loud, automatically frustration in my mind and heart anyway begins to dissipate. Now, over here in the chat, everybody's saying that is amazing, and I concur. 58 pounds of excess fat loss is enough to prolong your life by decades. So let's just give God thanks first. Now, we're going to take our frustration to the Lord in a moment. But how about giving God some glory for the 58 pounds that's lost? Now, automatically, if we're a believer, we shouldn't feel quite as frustrated. We know God has been walking with us. Why would we anticipate God would stop walking with us? So I've done well, but have gained 3 pounds. I've been doing therapy and exercise. Is it possible that I'm gaining muscle? No, that's not possible. Let me explain why that's not possible, that your temporary weight gain is because of exercise. You're not, I said that wrong, but you're not gaining muscle. You cannot gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. You can reconstitute old muscle on reduced calories, but you cannot grow new muscle without a surplus of calories. And in reverse, you cannot lose body fat without a calorie deficit. So the weight gain you're experiencing is not gaining muscle. That's not what's going on. That's not what we want to hear. That would have made you feel better, but I got to tell you the truth. You're not gaining muscle. Now, could you be holding on to some fluid? Let me ask you this question, and I don't know if you'll answer in this private thread here, but let me ask you a question. Are you sore? Are your joints sore? That could mean you got some fluid retention from that exercise, which would look like a little bit of temporary weight gain. The next question I would have, are you journaling? Can we check your journal? Have you asked for a journal review? Let's get a journal review, and let's make sure that one of the mentors says, yep, everything looks on point here. There's safety in a multitude of counsel. So when we get somebody else to look at our journal and they say, yeah, it looks like you're doing good, or here's some tweaks and here's some optimization points for you that can get you back going. Because as you lose weight, the weight loss is going to slow down a little bit because you're getting closer to goal. And I don't know how close you are to go, but the closer you get to goal, the slower the weight is going to come off. But when it does come off, you're now smaller, you're 58 pounds smaller. A pound of fat takes up the same space 58 pounds lighter than it did 58 pounds ago. So now when this 1 pound of fat comes off the smaller frame, even though it takes a little longer, it's actually more impressive. You're starting to uncover lines and muscles and develop more shape. So even though it's coming off slower, it looks more beautiful as you shed those excess pounds, the more weight that you lose, okay? But are you journaling? Have you got anyone to check your journal? Have you scheduled a mentor appointment? So let me give you an example. If you come to me and you said, I'm a little frustrated with my results and I've gained some weight, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, are you journaling? If you are journaling, I'm going to have somebody look at that journal and see what we can do for you. It may be that you're doing everything in an optimal way and you can't do any better, and we just need to wait on the Lord here. Or perhaps you're not journaling, or you're not journaling adequately enough, okay? You're not doing a deep enough dive in your journal. You're having too many holidays or holidays. These are all things that we need to look at together to make sure that you keep moving forward on your journey in a way where you're not frustrated. But now, if you're not journaling, first thing I'm going to tell you is to go back and start journaling. Now, this person is saying, I journal every day. So what I would suggest is one of two things. You can do this, one of two things. And we'll just call you, we'll say Miss W. Miss W, I would do two things right now. One of two things. I would get a mentor appointment and ask them to check your journal. Or I would send me an email, travisjack777@gmail.com, travisjack777@gmail.com, and allow me to publicly look through your journal in one of these sessions. I'll check journals only if I can do it for the benefit of the entire audience, and I won't be mean or pick on you, but I'll be able to optimize your journal for you in front of everybody, and it'll help everybody without you having to pay me anything, okay? So let's do that. How about that? Will that work? Let me know if that'll work for you. And also in the chat, you could just, instead of letting everyone see it, you could just put it to Travis only. And we'll get you going. Don't get frustrated. Have had some soreness, I see, and was on a fluid pill. Yeah, you're probably just holding a little fluid. If you're not having more than 1 or 2 hollow meals a week, and you're eating from the red column, yellow column the rest of the week, then I suspect you're just, it's a little short-term fluid retention. Let's focus on that vast amount of weight that you've already lost. That's tremendous. I hope that helps. I hope you leave class at the end of today with a little less frustration. At least you know what to do next. Let's get you some help. That's what we're here for. Tamara, I work a 24-hour shift, and last night was one of those nights, up for the entire 24. So I needed a snack to keep going about 1:30 a.m. Do I count this as a snack for yesterday or as a first meal today? Would you recommend trying to go 12 hours before starting my 3 meals today? How do I adjust for this midnight snack of turkey and Laughing Cow light cheese? I would put in my journal for today, because that's today. It's not yesterday. I would put in there first eating episode was a snack of turkey, Laughing Cow light cheese, and 100 calories. And that's how I would start my day. You have up to 3 more eating episodes remaining. If you want to, you're calling this a snack. So you'll have up to 3 more meals that you can have spread out throughout your day until midnight tonight. So that's how I would do it. Some days aren't optimal. When some days aren't optimal and life gets in the way, I don't throw my hands up in there and quit on myself. I just did revise. Maybe I had plans. Maybe I had plans of having an amazing Tiger 16 day today, and I had my meals laid out, but then I get a phone call from my daughter and says, Dad, I got a flat and I'm an hour away from you. I shouldn't even put that out in the universe. That's kind of my life, seems like, all the time. But then I would have to take off. It would disrupt my day. I'm not going to be driving down the interstate trying to get to her angry at the world and pulling over and just saying, forget it today, and going in the convenience store and having a hamburger off the deli rack. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep my wits about me, and I'm going to adjust my day. Hey, I planned on a Tiger 16 day. Life is full of disappointments. I'm just going to focus on having a regular, perfect day today. You got disrupted. Now your new plan is going to be to just have a regular, perfect day today. I hope that makes sense. Anybody else? Any other questions? You're welcome, Private Miss W. You're welcome. Let's get you going. You've done great. Don't quit now. That's what the devil wants us to do. The devil wants us to give up right before the morning. And what does the Bible say about the morning? Joy comes in the morning, but we cannot quit. Don't ever quit. Don't ever give up. The only thing separating you from a better body, better life, more enthusiastic spirit, that being related to losing weight, the only thing that separates you from that is time. How many times has anybody looked back and said, I wish this year I'd started off January the right way. I'd already be at my goal. Here we are, almost May. I'd already be down 50, 60 pounds if I'd have just, and now, boom, the years went like that. Here I am, only lost 5 pounds, didn't do my best. Don't be like those people. Time's going to pass whether you do this or not. Get up every day and have an ethos, a lifestyle that you've installed over a period of time like I do. It says, this is how I live. There is no exceptions. This is how I live. It's my lifestyle. My lifestyle is not like everybody else's lifestyle, thank God. This is my lifestyle, and this is what I live, and I'll do it under the Lord. Today, I don't feel like it, but I'm going to do it under the Lord. I got a sinus infection. Doesn't matter. I'm living my lifestyle unto the Lord. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm not going to go eat some unapproved soup. I'm going to eat approved soup when I don't feel well. This is my lifestyle. Just like Sasha's my bride. She's my wife. I love her. I love her on the days I love her, and I love her on the days that I'm frustrated with her. Right? She's my lifestyle. I didn't say I'm never frustrated with Sasha. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to come up with dumb analogies on the fly. But this is my life. Shibboleth's my lifestyle. I eat what I can eat on Shibboleth. I work hard, play hard. These are lifestyle mantras. And if you tell yourself these things long enough, you'll find yourself being successful. Way to go, Stevia. Way to go. Jessica says that was my situation last Friday. Didn't give in. We had already planned Saturday as a holiday. Resist the devil, and that rascal flees. The Lord will bind him up so you can get your focus back. Amen and amen and amen, Jessica. Vicky, hello. Will you please share briefly how you use Ole Mexican cheese dip with beef or pasta? I'll write it down this time. I check recipes with no luck. Okay, Ole Mexican cheese dip, one of my favorite cheese dip. A quarter cup of it is about what I use as a snack with sliced bell peppers. I'll use bell peppers to dip in it, about yay long, sliced up bell peppers. Bell peppers are a freebie. I'll dip them in that as a snack, or raw carrots as a snack, celery as a snack. That might be a snack for me sometime. Other ways that I use it is in a recipe with like Fiber Gourmet elbow pasta. I'll make me a dish of that per serving. I'm using about 2 tablespoons of Ole cheese dip. A little bit goes a long way in my serving of pasta. Make me some kind of mock macaroni and cheese. You could also use it as a snack with approved chips like Double Bites. I'll use Double Bites with Ole Mexican cheese dip. Sometimes for lunch, I'll just have 2 packages of Double Bites or Health-Wise chips with a quarter cup of cheese dip and call it a meal episode, even though I could probably get by with it being a snack episode. I go on and call it a meal because Double Bite chips, 2 packs of them, 20 grams of protein, and then I'm adding a cheese dip, no fat bust coming. So those are a couple of ways I use Ole Mexican cheese dip. Ground beef, you use it as a condiment. So if I'm scrambling up some ground beef, lean ground beef, 96% lean ground beef, and I'm having that as a meal, sometimes I'll add 2-3 tablespoons of Ole Mexican cheese dip to the ground beef and eat that as a condiment on my ground beef. Anyone else? Quest chips would be fine for that, Jessica. Quest chips are awesome because they're mostly just protein. Another great chip to dip into that Ole Mexican cheese dip. See, there's nothing we can't have. It's just making some swaps. That's all we're doing, is making some swaps. And then focusing on what we can have and not on what we cannot have. Anybody else? Any other questions? Tammy, hey Tammy. I love y'all and our Shibby family. We laugh together, cry together, celebrate together, struggle together, do everything together. We're stronger together with the Lord in the center of it. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Tammy, for being one of the people that keep the glue that keeps it together, the love. Loving one another. That's what God wants us to do. God has told us that if you want to love me, love one another. Awesome, Tammy. Good to have you part of this. What is the website for free community members? Currently, until we get done with some developments, it is a different domain. So I'm going to put it in here. ShibbolethLifestyle.com until we get it all wrapped up together. www.ShibbolethLifestyle.com. Anyone else? Any other questions? We've got night classes, evening classes starting within a week or two, a new way to host and hold night classes. But those classes will only be for our lifetime members and partners. We want to do some special things for our lifetime members and partners. And we've added some new accountability features to the website for lifetime members and partners, where you'll enter a room, there'll be an avatar, you'll weigh in with her. And then when you come into class, I'll have your results and whether you're journaling or not. So we've added some robust accountability classes coming very soon that are only for lifetime members and partners who are serious about weight loss. We'll continue to have the 11 o'clock hour for all members, free community members as well. Harriet, I just have to share, when I prayed for help, God sent me to Shibboleth. We're so glad that God did. It's God that puts it on the hearts of men and women to do what they do. God orders our steps, and we're glad that God ordered your steps here. We want to be a help to you, Harriet. Welcome to the family. Shonda, Travis, I'm so excited. I am too. Sasha's working real hard on the organization aspects of it. We also, for our partners, we're going to start having pins. Once you reach your goal, for our partners, once you reach your goal, you'll get a pin for every year that you stay within your ideal weight range. You'll get a new pin. So we'll be just like some folks. They again, I'm not trying to offend, but some people stay clean for years and they get their 1 year pin, their 5 year pin, and so forth. Well, this is no different. I want to bring awareness to that food addiction is just as dangerous as any other addiction. So once you hit your ideal weight range, if you maintain your ideal weight range, every year you get a celebratory pin so that you can share with people how you have overcome, and you can lead other people to the Lord in a more abundant life in Christ. We're looking forward to that too. We'll share that with our partners very soon. Anna, is there a modified plan for nursing mothers? That has to be something that's ran by a physician. We are not qualified. That can get us in trouble to even speak of such things. I will ask whoever you're asking for, maybe for you, maybe for somebody else, I don't know. But if you're talking with someone, I would ask them to take this advice to their doctor, go to the bottom of the website and print out the letter to my doctor, carry that food list to the doctor. And I'm sure that this person's OBGYN or whoever they're going to is going to say, these are great foods for you to eat. They're just whole foods. And one thing I would ask if this person could do is stay with the blue column. While you're nursing, stay with the blue column mostly. You don't have to all day, but mostly the blue column. You need a little extra energy, category 3, category 5s, combined the right way. Nothing should really change. And it's interesting to note that hemp hearts added to each of those meals will help mother to produce more milk and better quality milk for the baby. So really no modifications. We're just a great whole food program. Most mothers don't know how to eat, and then they go back to old eating lifestyles and do poorly anyway. Here, we're just going to focus on the whole food combinations that we teach. The program is perfect. I'm not perfect, but the program God has put together is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. They don't have to focus on artificial sweeteners, or they don't have to focus on anything that upsets tummy. They can focus on the foods that they're allowed to have and that they enjoy eating. You got plenty of fibrous vegetables. I think sometimes we are so accustomed to a terrible diet that when we come here, we're like, there must be something wrong with this. Or how else would we lose weight as fast as we're losing it? Some of these foods might hurt me. Well, these are foods that grow from the ground that God gave us, and they're meats and animal products that roam the earth, just like He commissioned for us to eat since the beginning of time. And we put those foods together the right way. We control insulin. So nothing should change. Should a mother be drinking, I'm going on my little rant now, but should a mother drink water Absolutely. Should a mother journal? Absolutely. Should a mother eat in the right food combination to control mitochondria destroying insulin? Absolutely. Should a mother eat in the right portions throughout the day? Absolutely. Should a mother eat for the size she should be and not the size that she is? Absolutely. Should a mother eat food and wait long enough for food to go through the first phase of digestion? Absolutely. So really the only thing I could throw in there is be a little more liberal with blue column combinations and add some hemp parts, and she'll do great. Always check with your doctor though. Yep, Anna, she can start losing that baby body weight right now. Yep, just following the system. Is there a good replacement for cornmeal for, say, breaded trout, fried in MCT oil? Last night we had breaded chicken. Let me go hold on one second. I'll be right back. A couple of things that I just grabbed stuff here and see what's in what. So like this week, we've had chili. Okay, I don't know why I grabbed the chili, but we've had approved chili. We've eaten so good this week and staying lean and trim. And then last night we had cabbage, big thing of cabbage left over. I'll be having that as a freebie some today. And this is the chicken. So this is not a good cornmeal replacement, but this was see, it just looks like fried chicken. This was just carb quick. She puts this in her egg white dredge. Jessica taught me that, dredge. I always call it something else. I forget what I call it. But anyway, she just puts this in her dredge, seasons her carb quick, rolls the chicken around in that, fries it in MCT oil. This was delicious. I don't know why anybody would eat breaded and fried chicken when they can have this type of breaded and fried chicken that helps you lose weight.
Hey, I have to correct you on that chicken.
Correct me, okay.
Just because I know people want to know. There's a great KFC mock chicken in the library, and I happen to know that you don't like KFC chicken, which is so strange.
I don't like
because
KFC.
I think that makes you real weird.
KFC.
But so that's why I didn't tell you it was KFC. But it was a mock KFC chicken. But you just soak it in the fat-free Fairlife milk or the Kroger Carbmaster milk, which are category 1s. So I soaked the chicken in that, and then I dredged it through the Carb Quick with just some different seasonings that had paprika and chicken specific seasoning, and it was great, wasn't it? I haven't done fried chicken like this before. And then I baked it in the oven, and it got that crispy, so it was good.
Thanks for correcting me. Because
yeah,
there's several breading recipes. So
there are some
that was the KFC mock.
Right, and there are some that used to do egg whites, but I thought I have tried that one before with just the milk, and it's good.
So we had last night for lunch, had leftover chili and fiber gourmet crackers, delicious. And then after a long day at work, for dinner, we had the mock KFC chicken, breaded, and it's crispy. It was really good with some cabbage. I mean, we had blowtorch on a plate. We focused on what we could have and what we like. And it's what's helped us both combine lose over 180 pounds as a couple. Okay. Now for the question though was about, I wanted to show the Carb Quick because that's a way to go, or almond flour or coconut flour. But if you're wanting more of a crunchy texture, try for cornmeal, replacing that with Bob's red meal TVP. And it's going to be a crunchier texture. I like to do that with shrimp, and I like to do that with okra. But TVP, Bob's Red Meal, is the only one I've ever tried. You just grind it into like a flour. It's a little too, the kernels are a little too large. They're a little bit large to use it as it comes, but we can put it in a little coffee grinder and grind it into like a flour, and it offers more of like a cornmeal crunch, in my opinion. And then Joni's doing a great job of giving you some recipes on Facebook. And they love Sasha. Thank you, Kim. I hope she sees that. She gets excited about recipes. She loves recipes. I love the grill. Her night, she usually cooks us a good Shibboleth approved recipe. On my night, I usually grill meat. All right. Anybody else? Any other questions? And that chili was delicious too, with those fiber gourmet crackers. She is the Carb Quick queen. She makes some beautiful looking biscuits with Carb Quick. And that's one of my favorite things. I've never had anybody else's. Maybe it's just with the love that she makes them with. I've never had anybody else make Carb Quick biscuits quite as good as her. They're delicious. I even use them as a hamburger bun. Joy, should I add some MCT oil to my meat before putting it on the grill? No, I wouldn't do that. I would only use MCT oil when the recipe or your taste buds call for an oil. That's the only time I would use it. So if you don't need it, you enjoy grilled meat without MCT, that's fine. On my grill, I usually just put cooking spray on tinfoil, on Reynolds wrap, just so it don't stick, and season it well and grill away. I rarely use MCT oil unless the recipe calls for it, or I'm pan frying some fish, something that I need an oil or a fat for. But grilling, I don't really need it. You can, but you don't have to. I don't. If you something meat, do you log it in the same as Nort? Terry, could you edit that so that I understand? I'm not following you. I'm sorry. I may have missed something above, but if you something meat, do you log it the same as Nort? Can you edit that for me? Diane, how much MCT oil do you use to cook some chicken? It depends on how many servings is in the recipe. So if a recipe calls for 5 tablespoons of oil, I'm using 5 tablespoons. So 1-for-1 exchange. 1-for-1 exchange. If I'm just grilling me some fish, I take out 1 cod loin and I put 1 tablespoon of MCT oil per cod loin. That's how I do it. If you smoke meat, do you log in the same as normal? Yeah. Smoking it will not alter its category. Thank you. Where can I find this recording on Facebook? It doesn't stay on Facebook for long. We usually take them down because Facebook usually flags us for points or puts points against us. So as soon as we can, we'll take them down and we have them in our, they'll stay there for a few days. But we generally take them down, and then we put them in the My Shibboleth website. So you need to be, you can go to facebook.com/Travis Martin 777 and see the past recordings we've left up. But the best place to go is the website. So when we go to the website, everything's on that website. But boy, I have a hard time getting people on. We got 37,000 folks still active, and I have a hard time getting folks to the website. So we go to the login. Everybody's addicted to Facebook, aren't we? So we go to the website, and I'm going to go to the video library resources, video library, and it doesn't matter which of the levels you hit. And then I'm just going to go to recently added, and here's all of your recently added videos. Okay, April 21st. April 20th, April 19th, they're all right here. We just add away. Yeah, Facebook is, I agree with Terry. Facebook is becoming a censorship platform. Go Elon, buy them all. Buy them all, Elon, buy them all. Yeah, I don't care for Facebook myself, but to keep the message out there until God tells me I can't, I'm going to keep using it instead of it using me. Thank you, Shonda. Thank you. And we hope that you'll like the new changes better. We hope this entire year, we have minimal resources. So it takes us a lot longer than it does a large company with resources. But we hope that you'll see an amazing transformation of the website this year. You'll start to see some amazing things that Sasha and I and our web developer put together in May. We're excited about May. Amen, Donna Guffey. Elon for president. I don't need Elon for my pastor, but I wouldn't mind having him for my president. Anybody else? Any other questions? Any other questions today? We will go into the noon hour shortly and continue with Q&A from 12 to 12:30. Terry says, I tried the Mexican shrimp in full. It's spicy. I love spicy food. My old bald head just sweats. Sasha had that chili so spicy and hot, I was just dripping sweat. I miss my hair wicking all that sweat up. I might try to grow my hair back. I might do it. I'll have a little bald spot, but I might have to see how pretty my hair's gotten, how wide it is now after being bald for about 2 years. Do I have any techniques to overcome binge eating? Absolutely, I do. I hope, Donna, that you're doing the things that we suggest. So let me ask you just a little one-on-one consultation here. Do you get up every single day and look at your why on a poster board or digitally? Do you have your why and the vision for your life? These things that get discounted before we get into other techniques. Do you have this on your nightstand and you look at it when you get up in the morning and before you go to bed? Do you do that yet? I'm not going to get on to you. I just want to know. Do you have the vision of what you want to look like, your body type on your vanity in the bathroom? No, you said no. Honestly, don't know how to get a good vision. Okay, so a vision, people without a vision perish. So one of the reasons you're struggling, you don't have a great vision. You might have got locked down into how things are. I don't really know your age. I'm 51, be 52 this year. And what I have found for me, or I get bored and I get depressed, I have to have a clear vision of where I'm headed in the future and what I want my life to look like. And I start with my body, my temple, the temple that God purchased with God's blood that belongs to God, that I'm a temporary steward over. And I look at many visuals of what I want my body to look like. And if that's not important to you, see, that won't be a good one for you. But for me, it's very important that I look good as best I can for my genetics, that I look good, feel good. That gives me more self-confidence. That gives me more self-esteem. You need a profound why. What is it that you, in your current form, what is it that you're not getting to enjoy that if you lost all the weight you wanted to lose, you would get to enjoy? For example, I have beach pictures. I love going to the beach. So many years I spent not feeling comfortable enough in my own skin to go to the beach and wear a bathing suit and take my shirt off. Now that's important to me. I love going to the beach and taking my shirt off and feeling confident. So I keep those pictures, those visions up. I have pictures of role models that I aspire to be like as a leader, and I can't. They trigger my brain to jump to. I want to be like Jocko, or I want to be like this person, so that I can lead my folks well. You know, I need to set the pace for them, and I love them, and I want to be all I can be for me, so that I can inspire them to be more. And I create this vision. What's it going to look like this year when Sasha and I go to an AdvoCare retreat and I don't look my best, feel my best? So I've got the AdvoCare retreat up several places in the house to remind me that's coming up. I don't want to miss too many days not doing my best, but you've got to come up with some things that are important to you. What pain are you in now that you want to get rid of? So I had acid reflux. I took a cup with me everywhere I went. My acid reflux coming up morning to night. I wanted to get rid of that. I wanted to come off blood pressure medicine. I didn't want to die a premature death because I had high blood pressure. I wanted to come off high cholesterol medicine because statins aren't good for us. I wanted to not be depressed. Depression is simply looking out into the future and not being able to see you happy in that future. Another thing that you need to do is determine what you value. Donna, let me ask you this. What are some things you value? Would you tell me what are your values? What do you value in life? Watch this. We'll close out with this one. What do you value? I'll start it. So I value, this one always gets left off every list I ask, and it shocks me. It shocks me. I value God and what Jesus done for me. I value my faith. I value that. When I binge eat and then I feel guilt, shame, and regret, and some people may not, I'm talking about mine, and maybe you can use this to find your own. But I value God, and I value faith, and I value living up to my potential. What do you value? What are some things outside of God and faith that you value? Anybody in your life you value? Is there some vocation you value? And the rest of you can chime in. I value my grandkids. What else do you value? Pam says, I value my family. Okay. What else do you value? I value my friends. What else do you value or get excited about? You could even tell me things you get excited. Values, excitement. What do you get excited about? Traveling. Let's put traveling. What else? What else gets you excited? My life, my sight, my hearing, my sight, that's a value. My hearing, my health, my job, I value my job. Feeling good physically. Now watch this. Trigger foods, binge eating and trigger foods. Trigger foods and binge eating. What are some of the foods that you binge eat, Donna or anyone? What are some foods you binge on? Got about 8 minutes left. Chocolate. Fried food. Cake. Cookies. It's not foods, but stress triggers. Stress triggers you to binge on foods you shouldn't eat. We're going to get to that. Chips. Cheese. And I know that y'all will come up with others. Ice cream. All right, so a few things for the adults. Donna, you too. The adults in the room. Donna, you too. That didn't sound right, did it? Donna's a kid. No, Donna, you too. Look at here, okay? So stress triggers you to binge on these foods. You may need to keep binging. I'm going to ask you a profound question. You may need to keep binging. My advice might be you keep binging them. After you binge on these foods you ought not be binging on, do you feel more stressed or less stressed after? Lots more, so why do you do it? We should be able to stop this session right here. So why are you doing it? It's making your stress worse. You're doing this to alleviate stress, but it's making it worse. So why don't we get leverage on ourselves right there? And let me ask you this, are you journaling? Have you journaled every day for the last 7 days? Donna? Have you journaled every bite? You said I'm doing it subconsciously. It's unconscious, right? It's compulsions and bad habits. But are you journaling every day on these days where you Stress, you ate because of stress. Did you journal? Probably not. You probably didn't. So you're not learning from these situations. You're not learning. The best day to journal is the day that you had a holiday, to write down, why did I binge and what did you binge on? Have y'all not, do we have a chocolate void replacement here that doesn't spike insulin? Yes. Do we have a can we bread and fried food and replace those? Yes. Can we replace cake? Yes. Can we replace cookies? Yes. Can we replace chips? Yes. Can we replace cheese? Yes. Can we replace ice cream? Yes. Can we binge and still lose weight? Yes, 6 days a month. So the other days we got to follow the system, right? So now she has said, these are trigger foods for me, and I get into it and I can't stop, but she's not journaling. She's not trying to figure out why she's doing that and then getting leverage on herself and saying, wait a minute, this is a trick. I did this because I was stressed, and every time I do it, I feel more stressed later. So I've got to look for a new outlet like exercise or long walks or a massage or something. I've got to look for other things to help me cope with stress that not only help me cope with stress in the moment, but help me cope with the stress after the moment. A good massage will help you overcome stress and you don't feel guilty about it later. Getting some exercise or a long walk in while listening to your favorite tunes or a good fictional audio book or something, you're not going to feel guilty over that later. There are other things you can do that won't make you feel guilty and won't exacerbate your stress later. Lastly, here's the other thing. When you binge eat and you make these things your stress reliever, your values suffer. Your relationship with God and faith suffers because you're feeling more guilt, stress, and regret. You're not being all you can be for the things you value: family, grandkids, friends, them seeing a happier, healthier you. You do better on your job, your health would be better, your life would be prolonged. Everything is better. You'd be more excited about life and definitely more excited about traveling if you were taking care of yourself and not letting these things defeat you. See, nobody can stop us from binge eating if it's what we really want to do. If we value binge eating, that's what we're going to do. If we value these things and we understand that these things over here, they are only a temporary fix that cause me actually more pain later. So why do we keep doing that? Just a thought, just a thought. You're going to do great, Donna, but let's rebuild your why. I can't help you with that other than to tell you how I built mine, because the things important to me, a 51-year-old man, are going to be different than the things that might be important to you. So you've got to decide, what is it I want my next 5 years to look like? And then you got to build a visual of that, like Sasha and I do, where we've got pictures of our best body all around the house, pictures of the trip that we're going on around the house. I got to be mindful of those things, or else I'll just be mindlessly eating and unaware, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's time to go on the trip, and I'm not feeling my best. Now I'm regretful. A vision board is perfect, and those nightstand rules. Getting up, Donna, Sasha and I, every morning we look at our goals, short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals, and stay excited about them. Okay, everybody, I got to abruptly go to the next class. I appreciate having y'all. Going to be praying for Donna. Y'all pray for Donna. Come on, Donna, you can do it. Kim O says, journaling is so important to overcome binging. I agree. I'm getting out of here. See some of y'all at the noon hour. God bless you.